Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for your leadership on this issue in terms of oversight, critically important function of this committee. You know, I'm not sure the question has been asked, but maybe I'll just ask it pretty simple. Secretary Stackley, Secretary McFarland, who is responsible? Who's responsible? Who's kind of raised their hand and said, this cost overrun is my responsibility, I accept it?
Sir, I would tell you that today I'm responsible. You see the gentlemen here at the table that are responsible for elements of the program that all come together for the carrier, but as a service acquisition executive, as I stated in my opening remarks, I assume responsibility for this program and the decisions that I have the opportunity to make as we execute.
Secretary McFarland.
Sir, the Navy is responsible.
No, I'm not talking about an organization. That's very amorphous. I'm talking about people, individuals.
Sir, I believe we could have done much better in preparing and advocating for the right aspects of this program to be conducted at the beginning and throughout its execution.
So who's responsible in your view?
The department. Not a good answer, not something that...
No, it's a ridiculous answer,
Yes,
okay?
sir.
So who, in your view, who is responsible? Part of the issue here is that the responsibility seems to be placed in Secretary Stackley, I appreciate your statement, right? That's up front. Secretary McFarland, I'm just asking the same question to you. Who is responsible? I'm talking about individuals. That's how we fix it. We can't blame it on the Navy.
Sir, I will take absolute responsibility for not having done the correct things in terms of helping this program along.
So who's responsible?
Then I would say myself, sir.
Okay. Admiral Moore, Admiral Gaddis, looking at your bio is very impressive in terms of your military careers. When you get assigned to be the billet of a program manager as a senior flag officer in the United States Navy, is that something that, when that happened, you celebrated? Is that something you were like, oh, geez? How is your job as uniformed military officers viewed in the Navy, and is that part of the issue here?
Well, other than I got to spend my 16th consecutive year in Washington, D.C. by taking a job. Yeah, no, it's...
I feel for you.
It's an honor.
But I mean, is that a career enhancer to successfully complete a tour that's obviously filled with landmines, or is that something you try to avoid? What I'm getting at is, do we have our most ambitious, top-rated officers trying to get these jobs, or are they trying to avoid them? And is that part of a problem?
Sir, I believe, this is the best job in the Navy. I was honored to be asked by Secretary Stackley to take the job. I think most of us or anybody sitting at this table at our level will tell you that we want the challenges, and we're not going to shy away from the responsibilities that go with this job. I'm ultimately accountable for this program to Secretary Stackley. I accept that responsibility. I want the tough jobs. I'm glad to take it. I think we've made strides on 78. Nobody is happy with the cost overruns we've had on 78. I think we've done significantly better on 79, and I think we're on a good path going forward. But to your basic question, good people want these jobs. They're tough jobs, and I think you're going to continue to get the right people in these jobs going forward.
So, and I know you see the frustration from the committee. I think Senator Ernst did a very good job of articulating that in terms of, we talk about dollar costs, but what we're really talking about is opportunity costs with regard to the defense of our nation. So just one of these cost overruns on one of these carriers could fund a brigade combat team in the Army for 10 years. That's a really important issue, and the Army wants to cut 40,000 troops right now. And so strategically, it just doesn't seem to make sense. Let me ask a quick question following up on Senator Ayotte's comments. Do you need statutory authority to have the responsibility of cost overruns be borne by the contractor and not the American taxpayer? Or can you do that now, presently?
Sir, we have the authority when we contract with the contractors to put contracts in place that hold them accountable.
And so we're making that, from a production standpoint, regular part of our contracting work right now?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.